Hello, everyone. So, yeah, I just got done with my 6 classes today. I started at 4:30 a.m. this morning teaching for VIP Kid, and I had 4:30. I had a class at 5, no, wait a minute, 4:30, 5:30. I had a little bit of break after the 4:30 class, so that was really nice. So, I just was sitting here thinking during my classes today, I was like, oh my goodness, I have a lot to do. And yes, I have a lot to do, but I'm going to take a minute to make this quick video about stocking stuffers. And also a little tip for teachers that, during classes, sometimes your mind might wander and you might think about other things. Does that ever happen to you? I'm going to turn on my background. I think I can, right? I turned off my virtual background because my student was, I don't know if that will work for right now or not. Oh, I probably have to pick which camera I'm using for YouTube. Okay, that's all right. So I'm just getting used to Manicam and all that stuff too. And I'm going to be posting a lot of videos on my channel about the iPad, about using the iPad for teaching. And then also for people that want to just use it as a backup, you can also use it as a backup. You can hook it up to your computer. You can use it for rewards. There are other things that you can do with your iPad. So stay tuned to this channel as we continue throughout the next few months about the iPad and how to use it for teaching. You can use it for teaching VIP Kid. You can use it for teaching anything online. So there are so many ways that you can use it. And if you are interested in learning more things about how to use your iPad, what to do with it, how can I utilize it to the fullest, stay tuned to this channel. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please feel free to subscribe. It's every YouTuber's dream to at least make it to 1,000 subscribers. So it's not really like, I'm planning on making a ton of money or being famous or anything. It's just kind of one of those things. You just want to, if you're going to do it, you want to make sure that you are just kind of reaching the highest potential possible. But this video right now is all about stocking stuffers. And hello, Luann. Yeah. Luann is a fellow YouTube friend, and I've met Luann on YouTube and throughout the VIP Kid world, and it's really, really great to make connections on the internet world. And a lot of us are teachers, so we teach for the different companies that I teach for, and it's a really great, amazing community of friends. So if you're watching this video for the first time and you would like some YouTube friends, stick with me. I have a few that come and meet me in the chat box. I watch their videos, they watch mine. We learn from each other, and it's just been really great. And as a matter of fact, Luann, I have a finger knitting class coming up for adults that I'm only going to do privately. So if you're interested, let me know and I will send you the information. It will be Monday, January 11th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to invite a few of my friends. I have someone who's interested in doing a private lesson, and so we're going to make it a Zoom call for everyone. And it's kind of just, I'm just throwing it out there. If you want to pay me a little bit for it, then I will give you my PayPal account during that class. So it might be really fun, but we're going to do finger knitting, and it's a 2-week course for now, and we'll see how it goes. We might branch out into doing regular knitting as well for like a group, but it's going to be private. It's not going to be live on YouTube or anything. So it's going to be a private, fun, just I don't know, the ladies. I don't know if there's any men that want to do finger knitting, although I do have boys who like finger knitting, and they come to my out school classes and they do quite well. So anyway, this video is all about ideas for stocking stuffers. Okay, so I wanted to share with you during my classes this morning. I have some kids at home still, and they are getting older, And I think when kids are little, they just, you just find all kinds of little things to throw in there. And actually, when my kids were little, I would always have way too much stuff. Excuse my dinging. I don't know how to shut that off. Let me see if I can do that. It's dinging on my computer and dinging on my phone. So sorry about that. So, hello, Jason. This is all about stocking stuffers. So my youngest is 13, and I have stuffed stockings for the last 30 something years on Christmas. I'm the one who does it. When I was growing up, my dad was, I don't know how they worked it out actually, but my dad always brought in our stockings in the middle of the night. And he was just a really great Christmas guy. He was really awesome about Christmas. And so in my family, it seems to have fallen on me to kind of, and I enjoy it. I love to find things for stockings. There have been years that we have if you were watching the video and you have little kids, we have given like our little kids, say you have, we had 5 kids at once. So we would give each kid $5 and they could buy one thing for each of the siblings and put it in the stockings. That works well when they're really little. And you go to the dollar store and you find really fun things for them. And once they get older, sometimes the dollar store items aren't the greatest, but there are some things at the dollar store that do work. But some of my ideas are these. Okay, so I'm sitting here for teachers. I would like to just mention that if you are during classes and your mind is racing, you have lots to do that day, just keep a whiteboard next to you so that you can kind of make some notes of things that you're thinking about during the class that have nothing to do with the class, but you just need to make sure you write it down. Have a little notebook or a whiteboard. So that's my teacher tip for the day, is to have something next to you, have a pen, have a white dry erase marker, something that you can write on so that you can make sure you make a note of those things that you think about. And today, I just want to share some things that I like to put into the stockings. One of the things I really like to do, and I probably have done this every single year, is put in socks. When you're in a large family, socks that match are like a novelty, especially when they're growing up. Usually when we wash socks, we throw them all into a bucket and then they're all mismatched, and you either try to match them and wear a pair of matched socks, or you just grab 2 socks, you don't care if they match or not, and you just wear them. So Christmas is a time that you get matched socks. So socks are really special when you come from a big family, and they're really special when they actually match. And this year, I actually bought some like warm socks, socks and underwear. That is correct. That is correct. And when you are in a big family, it's even more so. Like when I grew up, we had 3 kids, 3 years apart. And like, I feel like each one of us was an only child. My mother like kind of treated us each like we were an only child. And so we didn't really feel the effects of having other siblings, honestly. So having a lot of kids of my own, I've seen things in a whole different way. And yeah, Christmas is, this year I bought like warm socks. I bought really like nice and warm socks I found at kind of a discount store, so that I didn't pay like $20 for them. There have been years I have made socks. I actually made my husband a few pairs of socks, and my goal was to make a pair every year. But once I got busy, like I was always busy, but when you're sitting down watching TV with kids, I would knit socks. But now I'm up and about doing more on my feet, so I don't sit and knit as much. Like for socks, socks takes a really long time. I made 1 pair of socks for my son-in-law, and he has a size 14 foot. And I know he would love to have another pair, but it took me twice as long to make those. I'm like, those are going to have to last a long time. So anyway, socks. I got some really warm socks, and I got like all the grandkids all the same color. Like they look like candy cane socks. They're really cute. And yeah, and so socks is number one. And oh, for the girls can never have enough brushes. And the boys, I was thinking, I don't, usually their hair is kind of short. They don't really need brushes. I don't really like it when the boys' hair gets so long that they have to start combing it and like fixing it. It has to be, it's time for haircut at that point. So they don't really need brushes, but I was thinking flashlights. Like we can't really have enough flashlights in this house. So I think today I don't have flashlights. So I'm going to get some when I go out, and I'm going to make sure that we have flashlights and batteries. And good job, Jason. You're my kind of guy. I knew it. You wouldn't watch my videos if you couldn't relate to me as a person. Yeah, my boys they like when their hair gets long and they want it to get long, and then they get excited and they're anxious to go find a comb or a brush. But in my mind, I'm like, it's time for a haircut. So yeah. So since when they were younger and I had all boys, I would cut their hair to save money. I would cut their hair myself. And as they got older, they would want to pay. They had their own money, so they would pay for their own haircut. And they did that for a little while until they wanted to save money. And then they bought their own hair clippers and they learned to do it themselves. So, doing your own there or getting your hair cut at a barber or whatever works for a little while. And since we only have two boys at home right now, sometimes my husband goes and has them cut at a barber because they dislike it. Another thing that I put in their stocking would be like candy, usually because some kind of special chocolates. And I learned that the dollar store chocolates are really very good. So don't get the dollar store chocolates, but get something that is kind of special. Around where I live, we have Lindt chocolates, and at Aldi's, they have some really awesome chocolate candy bars. And that's what I got for them this year. I also like to put in like some kind of fruit, like an orange or an apple or something really good. Like I'll buy it fresh, like the day before, and put it in the stocking so that if I give them, chocolate, then I have something healthy to and it's kind of breakfasty, kind of thing. I love fresh oranges. So I'll put in an orange or one of those little tangerines that are really good. And a candy cane. They like the different color candy canes. Personally, I like the red and white ones, but the kids kind of like the different colored ones. I like to put in a toothbrush. I mean, what person doesn't need a new toothbrush? So I put in toothbrushes, and I was thinking for little kids, maybe a pair of sunglasses, maybe some type of little doll. And I was also thinking, maybe a little card with a note that's something special for that year. Maybe you could say something special to the child, that something about them that was special for that year. This summer, I also got a picture with each one of my kids when we had a special event. We went to a wedding in August. So my plan is to give each kid their picture with their mom, because in a big family, most of our pictures are everybody, right? Or at least two kids or three kids. And there's very rare times where it's just the one kid and mom. And I figured that would be a really nice keepsake. So that might be something if you have little kids that you might want to think about as a mom, even if your kids are older. Some of my kids are older and they are living on their own. They're living far away. And so this summer I said, I'm going to get a picture with me and that person. We were at a wedding, so I was looking pretty good and had my hair done and everything. It wasn't all wind blown or I wasn't half asleep or something. And so that's the plan for each kid to get a picture of me and a special note for 2020. And maybe it's something that they'll keep, for future reference. And, that's kind of how I started with this YouTube channel, was just to kind of record things that I'm doing, a little bit about me. And you never know what's going to happen. And there's a record of what I've been doing and, who I am as a person, which, kids don't always understand when they're younger how they're going to feel in the future about their parents, about their family, and that kind of thing. And as you get going along in your years, you sort of treasure those times a little more than you do at that very moment. So I just wanted to share this video, share some ideas of what I had for stocking stuffers. And by the time I put all that stuff in there, sometimes a good book, also that works, a good book. Stationery, note paper, pens, paper, markers, art supplies. A deck of cards, a card game. That's a great idea. My kids have special notes that I have written to them. That's awesome. I really need to do the same and document via it. Yes, Jason, you have friends. We'll all watch your videos. I would love that. I just love to know the history behind every teacher that I've met. I've just met some wonderful teachers, and I've just really enjoyed the friendships that I've made through YouTube and through VIP Kid and through teaching online. So I just want to say Merry Christmas to everyone on YouTube, for everyone watching this video. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for watching. And I hope that the next few days are really special to you this year. And I think that this year has been difficult, but it's also brought out what's most important. What's most important. We've run around my whole entire life. Christmas has been running around for this, running around for that. I can remember when I was a kid, we had the Cabbage Patch dolls, and I mean, people were killing each other for those things. And Tickle Me Elmo was like, everybody had to have one of those, and they ran out of those. And there have been things that people would just step over other people for. And this year has really brought out what is really most important. And this year, I also, for gifts, I have bought some gifts, but not a ton. And I've been, I joined a painting club, so I'm actually doing some paintings. And I figure, I like to do things homemade, and I like to do things that are special. There have been Christmases where I was able to knit something for every kid, like maybe make everybody a pair of mittens and a hat, that kind of thing. This year I didn't really knit everybody something, but I'm painting some things for some of the older kids. And, so it's just something that I made with my hands that hopefully is special. Like I said, down through the years, instead of just going to the store and just paying for some little thing that might get thrown away in a little while. And a couple of the paintings, I actually bought the pieces of wood at the dollar store. So I didn't really pay a lot of money for it, but it's something special. If by chance they get rid of it, it's not like I spent a ton of money on it. But if by chance they actually like it and save it, it could be a keepsake for them. So that's what's going on here. And I do have some plans for the next week or so, but it's not going to be a huge fanfare. We have snow, so we are planning to do some sledding. So that should be fun. And that doesn't always happen at Christmas. We've had years where we had no snow, not enough snow. And this year we have just the right amount, not too much, not too little. So that part will be good. And we also did you guys see the star? The Great Conjunction up in the sky? I actually have a, what do you call it? Telescope. We have a telescope that we inherited from a man that passed away, but it's at my church. So I don't even know how to set it up, honestly. But I did see it last night through the trees at my house, and it was quite fascinating. So, it's just amazing how, even though we've had a really hard year, there are some really good, what they call silver linings, right? So you can see, where is it? Okay, so here's my picture. And you can see that little speck in there. And that is the Great Conjunction through my trees. This is the trees at my house. And the day before, the 21st, it was really, really cloudy. You couldn't see anything. It's cloudy here in West Virginia, but I got a glimpse last night. Yeah, that's what happened to us. The 21st, it was like cloud city, and I couldn't see anything. But when I looked out last night, I could just barely see an opening. So it was really cool. Actually, Luann, they said you could see it all month. You know, maybe not quite as vivid and like on top of each other, but they said you should be able to see both of the planets for the month is what I saw. I watched a video that was from NASA, and they explained it all. And so this happens every 400 years, but they don't think that 400 years ago they actually saw it. So they think the last time it was actually seen was 800 years ago. So it's quite interesting. I just thought it was fascinating that it came on 2020. Like God knew we were going to need that reminder that he is there. He is in control. He is greater than all of this stuff in this world. So yeah, let me know, Luann, if you see it, because I was disappointed the 21st, but we should be able to see it. Those two planets are pretty bright, so you know we can see them. They might not be like, you know, directly in each other's path, so you see both of them as bright, but maybe, I mean, it's only 2 days out, right? All right, guys, thank you so much for coming, and I hope you guys have a great day. I have a lot going on, and I'm looking forward to just, I don't know, just the next couple days, and just thinking about the real meaning of Christmas and spending time with the family. So you guys have a great day, and I will see you around. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.